Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be the boss battle prep guide, whatever you want to call it, for the faction boss this week. I want to start out with this is a particularly tough one. I think you should really temper your expectations. Obviously, a lot can change before it's live. First thing we're going to do here, though, is look at the boss abilities, and I'm also basing this off of the Monday boss prep guide reveal I did, so that could significantly have changed by the time it's live because they still haven't posted it live. So take that with a grain of salt. It does look like we are getting Shawn Michaels Hall of Fame HBK Showboat. Um, he's also not in the game. I got a feeling he's going to be amazing for this boss. Otherwise, this boss is going to be pretty difficult. Let's start off with the effective bonuses. Um, Multiply gems generated from their moves will increase their strength by 5. That's 5 extra multiply gems, which basically is essentially 5 gems. So if your normal gem damage is, oh, let's even say 100,000, which it's not, even with your strap, you're going to get 500,000 extra per multiply gem. So even if you made an entire board full of multiply gems, that would only be 25 million. The best multiply gems would be like Rocker and Shinsuke. I expect Rocker to do like probably less than 50 million in a turn. Maybe if you can cycle it a bunch of times, a little bit more. Probably similar for Shinsuke. So basically, not a big deal. And those are the best two that I can think of right off the top of my head. Actually, it's not off the top of my head. I've been talking about this for a few days. But the other thing is X-Break gems do 2,000% more damage. That's effectively 20 times. So if you have a 100,000 gem, that would be what, 2 million or something like that. 49 of them would be 50 million. 49 is an entire board. So the buffs are very weak compared to what we've had in the past. I'm going to operate under the assumption that the health pool is going to be every bit as big as the last showboat we had, with 850 million. So how do you do? So let's assume 850 million. Let's take a look at how much damage he deals. His damage is reduced compared to past one. It was like 4.1, 4.3, something like that, and could get bigger if he left a special gems on the board. This one starts out weak and then grows a little bit. Still, you know, this should wipe out most 5-star golds if you don't have vitality at least one set. So really, but that's fine. We're in the 6-star game now. I don't have an issue with that. Damage against a 6-star, you can probably live like 3 turns without heals. All right. This is important. Neutralize isn't going to work again. Shield will not be affected by boss breakers, so neutralize is not in play. Shield goes up every 2 turns, so every other turn. So boss's first turn, shield goes up. Boss's second turn, it stays. If you break it, it doesn't go back up. Whatever. Boss's third turn, it goes back up. The only way to take it down is breaking 400 gems. That means you have to blow up the board 8.1 times between 4 players. So that means each player needs to explode the board 2 times to take the shield down. That is going to be difficult. Very unlikely you'll be able to do that on 1 turn. So at best, turn 1 happens, you do your damage, no buffs. Then this goes out on turn 2. You're likely doing no damage on turn 2. But wait, there's more. Also, right away on turn 2, he turns all of the board into silence gems. So any gems you have waiting on the board are going to be overwritten. That means KO trap gems, Ultimate Warrior cross breaks. If they're on the board, they're gone. So you have to be able to place your stuff on the board at the start of the next turn to even be able to start removing the shield. So you have to hold the move back, potentially, and be prepared to use it. So there's that. But wait, there's more. This happens every turn, and so does this. And this is per the blog that was I previewed early, so it is subject to change. Also, every turn, all of your moves are frozen. So all of your moves are going to be frozen on top of it. Okay, that's what the boss does. Decent amount of damage, not crazy. Grows bigger. Every 2 turns, you have to break 400 gems for a shield. That neutralize will not break, so you have to break 400 gems. That's 8.1 boards being broken, or 2 for every player. You're going to have to contend with the board being covered with silence gems and overriding all of your gems. And every time, all of your moves are going to be frozen. Applies at boss difficulty level 15 and above. Okay. That's on paper. Just to temper expectations, looks like miles the hardest boss we've ever had. I can tell you right now, I've been able to do the boss on 20 every boss battle. My expectation is 15 is the best I will clear with all my styles. That's my expectation. So, my advice to people is to go into this with a plan and then execute it. It's going to be different for everyone. Really, what we have in the game now, so I'm going to assume HBK is ridiculous for this boss based on what we have in the game now. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. That could change everything if you're one of those factions where you have somebody that pulls HBK and then YOLOs him to 6-star and then wants to carry the whole team. Barring that, Warrior's going to be the best. I think clearly you're going to want to take him 6-star. And I hope you have almost, because it'll make a huge difference. I think a 6-star warrior set up like this is going to be the way to go. Honky Tonk Man for 50%, almost for 100% X break, Kane for 25% X break, all buffing this move. And you're only going to use 2 moves. The Bear Hug and the Diving Double Axe Handle are the only 2 you're going to use. This is just in there. So I'm not tempted to use it. You timing this, how it would work is you're going to swipe with Dusty here. That'll load the sub. So you swipe a purple match, you hit your sub, you hit the X-Break move, and then you swipe and blow up the board. And then you repeat with the sub, this move, swipe, blow up the board. You should be able to do it twice, no problem. If you're really lucky, maybe it's possible to get a 3rd time. I don't know. I'm guessing around 100 million per cycle ish, depending on your strap and your setup and your trainers and stuff. Couple ways you can go with the plate. Do not take this for fact. I have been told that the braid plate and the Titan plate in boss battle work on subs. They do not in regular matches, so you can test it, it won't work. But throw it on if you have it and see if the braid plate does work on boss. It may work. The Titan plate may work as well for those using blast gems. I've never paid attention or checked because I haven't used them on a sub person, but I have been told that works, so it's worth a shot. Let me know if it works for you. I don't have a braid anyway, so I won't be using one. So the other option and the thing I think I will do is if I don't have 6 purple gems, I will use one of these 2. You could use All Heart to buff green and purple gems. I'm not going to use that. I am going to use either Eternal Positivity to make sure I fill that purple. If I only have 3 purple gems on the board or more, I'm good. Or the other one is the Smoke Plate, right? So I'll likely use one of those 2 so I can recycle. You'll want to stack Fury 2 if you have it. But it's really simple. Only 2 moves. The other things are going to slow your overall damage down. They're just going to take time. They're not going to be worth it. Don't buff your gems. Don't do this. Don't do that. Just really purple match, sub, X-break, swipe, blow up the board, repeat. Okay? That's going to be and I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion on what is going to be the highest, best damage. So, once boss battle goes live, I would say the best plan would be to have 4 people that have warriors, and go ahead and clear the warrior one. See how much damage you do. If you guys can do 200 million each, you know you're good for an 800 million boss with 4 warriors. You can see in the pre-boss battle when you put the level how much health the boss has. So if level 15 has 600 million health, I don't know that it will, that's a guess. All right, 3 warriors can beat a level 16. So take 3 warriors and carry 1 person of those 4 all the way through, rotate through, get all of you done. You're done with your 15s, and you know that's really all the farther you can go. If the boss plays the way the blog said, if the health is the same it's been, obviously I cannot possibly predict these things if they're different. So I think that's probably the way for most factions. If you're saying, okay, Mherex, I don't have Hall of Fame Warrior, what do I do? It's going to be rough. That's what I got for you. So, you don't have Hall of Fame Warrior. Probably decent option here is Otis. If you have a Titan plate on Otis, I would run him the same setup basically as Warrior. If you don't have Hollywood, no big deal. Just put X-Pac on. And then Crash. Did I say Hall of Fame Warrior? I meant Acro Warrior. I was showing Acro Warrior. So if I misspoke, that's my bad. I definitely mean Acro. The one that I was showing on my screen the whole time. That I can't say, right? You would not want to use Hall of Fame Warrior, Acro Warrior. Alright. So Otis with the Titan plate. Same trainers, almost Dusty, Honky Tonk Man Striker, and he's very simple with the Titan plate. You're going to hit this move right up, well, purple swipe, you're going to hit this, you're going to throw the blast gems out, Titan plate goes off, buffs all the gems 200%, X breaks go out, 25 of them, and they're super buffed by the boss ability. So you're going to hit 25, probably million-ish with Otis that way with the decent strap setup. Not fast, though, so you're probably only going to hit it once, so significantly less damage than Warrior. Another option, I don't have him, Hall of Fame Macho. Northern Mouse, shout out to you. He likes Hall of Fame Macho, potentially. You're going to put all of your multiplies down, recycle it, all that jazz. No idea how hard he's going to hit because I don't have him, but he's certainly an option for those that do. Worth trying. After that, it's pretty slim pickings, to be honest. Yeah, and that's the best slot, probably. Not probably. Warrior's the best. The rest are just kind of eh. Defensive is really rough. I'm actually going to say number 1 choice. I don't have either. That's Triple H Hall of Fame. He's probably going to be the best defensive choice. You can see I'm 100 shards short. So I would probably go with him first. Make the board into X breaks with his Juggernaut gem. Blow it up. Next best for me is probably Zombie Dom at 6-star only. Because he hits pretty hard. I probably will only hit for like 20 million though, my guess. So nothing too crazy, but it's better than nothing. And then after Zombie Dom, I guess probably Andre, Mutant Andre. Here. Set up like this. Not great, but it is what it is. That's probably your defensive best bets. You can see that we've not totaled a ton of damage. So yeah. Aggressive. Your best bet here is probably going to be Hall of Fame Andre with drip plate. If you got him, you might hit for 20 to 30 million. Not fast animations, I'm told. I don't use him. Don't have him 6-star. So you're probably only hitting that once. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get it twice, but I kind of don't think so. DX Triple H is the more common one that most people will have. These 2 moves are the ones that matter. Try to avoid using the finisher because you want to get back to this as much as possible. He's probably going to hit for like 15 million-ish. Problem being with him is he's got an 8 MP move. So I would use Acrobat Dom for the +2 yellow matchy match in the starting board. Then you need your cross break guys Sorry, you need your X break guys. So Striker Honky Tonk Man, the same as always, almost here. And then really you need Hollywood with the +2 match to fill the Spine Buster. Otherwise, you're searching for 2 matches. No real way around that. If you don't have almost and you're giving up that damage anyway, then you could do a 17k Santa Hogan and Rikishi for the 1 there. Otherwise, you're hunting for 2 yellow matches. And he's probably only doing like 15 mil-ish. Maybe you can get it off twice if the board cooperates and you have 8 yellow gems. Don't know. All Heart will buff the green gems a little bit. So there's that. You could also put anything that gives you 3 yellow off of a 3-color break to refill them too. But not going to be an amazing option again either. And that's the second best. You're probably looking at 15, 20 million. Maybe if you got Cena 6-star, you could run his multiply setup. Don't expect to hit for a lot. Again, you're probably right around 5 to 10 million. So if the boss has 800 million health, you start to see the problem as we're going through the options, right? Bringing you to focused. I don't have Shinsuke. He's a great option. Rocker's a great option. Neither are probably going to get anywhere near 100 million on turn 1, though. I'm thinking probably like maybe I can get 40 to 60 million turn 1 with Rocker. Maybe. That's being awfully generous. Anvil's not going to hit very hard, no. Just won't. None of the buffs really work for him super well. Brett isn't going to hit hard. He's the option most people are going to have, though. Stunning Steve isn't going to hit hard. He's another option most people are going to have. Roman's okay. Rocker Shinsuke, good. I mean, they're probably 2 of the better options after Hall of Fame, or not Hall of Fame, I keep saying that, Acrobat Warrior. Okay, so tactically, yeah, Sheik won't hit super hard. If you got both gears, he's going to hit a little bit. But again, the multiply gem is the trap. Only 5 extra multiply gems. It doesn't affect the base damage. So even if you have 100,000 gem, 5 extra is nothing. You know, for a boss with an 800 million health, that math just doesn't add up. So boss breakers. Theoretically, this one would be amazing. Hell freezes over if you have it maxed every 45 seconds. You can unfreeze 2 moves from all teammates. So theoretically, with my Chief of Beasts Roman Reigns, the start of turn 2, I can unfreeze all of my teammates 2 of their 3 moves. With 15 seconds left, I can unfreeze the 3rd one. However, when you combine that with the shield of needing to blow up the board 8.1 times before you can do damage, the fact that there's silence gems covering everything up on the board, and the fact that you got about 3 turns of life without healing, very, very, very difficult. A max unfreeze with 3 warriors is probably going to be your best bet to clear content short of 4 warriors in turn 1ing it, which may not even be doable. I really wish the boss was set up for multiple turns, but to me this boss is set up after turn 1 you don't get to play. After turn 1 you're completely locked down. Theoretically, yes, you have 2 unfreezes, you're great, but now your unfreezes, are they people that blow up the entire board? Probably not. If you've leveled it up, it's probably on Roman, Stunning Steve, Brett. You're not blowing up the board with those guys easily. You know, you're not destroying the entire board twice in a turn. So I don't see a breaker path to beating this boss at a higher level. Now, that being said, maybe at level 15 you only have to break 250. So if you have an unfreeze leveled up, I mean, and you can, this one is only at 15 and higher. So maybe your goal is level 14 bosses. Take a couple warriors, go hammer out the 14s where you don't have to deal with the unfreeze. Warriors are going to blow up the board, and you can take the shield down and you can do some stuff. So if you're not contending with the freeze, bring an exhaust or 2 exhausts, an exhaust and a healer. 2 warriors, and you can probably clear up to 14 content, no problem. Just looking at 14 and above, uh, I don't have a great answer for you. So hopefully this video helps you guys. Like I said, get an idea of how much damage you can do, clear what you can clear on turn 1, and then go enjoy your weekend. I would much rather have a boss where we can do things after turn 1, but this just completely locks you down with what's realistic, and you can't blow up the board with most of the unfreeze guys. So if Warrior was the one carrying the unfreeze at like Chaotic, and if somehow you could reset your currency, then maybe you could do something with this one. But the best Chaotic can bring to the table is extra time. Even if you have it maxed, you still can't use that till turn 2. Turn 2, the shield is already up. All your moves are frozen. Silence gems are down. And most people have leveled up neutralize anyway, so there's no way they could have extra time on their warriors anyway. But I think in a perfect world, you'd run 2 warriors with extra time, have a couple unfreezes, maybe turn 2 you could do some stuff, maybe finish the boss off, but I don't see that happening realistically with any faction, to be honest. Very few people have unfreeze leveled maxed. I just finished mine today. 13 months in. I've only seen I've maybe 2 or 3 other people in my entire faction with it maxed, and I think that's pretty universal. Most factions probably don't have more than 5 or 10 people with a max unfreeze. So I think most realistic for most people, most factions set a goal of 14s. Get those warriors in there, clear what you can. As far as gameplay, I'll run a warrior match real quick for you guys. What I mean, it's not going to show realistic because in boss battle, all of the sub gems stay, which is the important part with warrior, is you want the sub gems to stay, and all of them will. So it's super simple though. So once will definitely be more than enough for you guys to see. And Otis would be exactly the same trainers, except you want Red Matchy Match or Hollywood, right? So, oh, they're in my boss lineup. That's great. Oh, it will. They made that change. Where are you, Warrior? Is that Warrior? Or is that's Warrior? Right? No, that's Brett. This is such a great video. Am I blind? I'll answer that. Everyone knows. All right. Let's find the acrobat class. I'm blind. So again, this is the setup I would use. You don't have almost, you're basically just screwed. You're going to do way less damage. Nothing you can do. Nothing even comes kind of close to replacing that. These are the only 2 moves I would use. I think the multiply gems are a total trap. They don't really do much. Even the X breaks aren't doing a ton, so. Also, keep in mind, boss battle has the glorious level 1 speed. So you're not getting a ton of moves. Did stopwatch both him and Otis. So you want a purple match on turn 1 in boss. You can see even with the trainer, I don't get it this time. So it'd be somewhat of a struggle-ish. But it do be what it do be. Would get it here. Not really because, they take their turn. So, yeah, after that, it's really simple. Your purple match, you hit your sub. You have 45 or 46, I forget which. Cross breaks on the board, none go away. Then you're going to hit the cross break move. It should do like 50 million, I think, set up this way at 6-star. Maybe a little hair more, hair less. Something like that. Boom, you're going to hit it. Going to be big, big drain. And then you're just going to swipe and blow up the board. And then you're just going to hit the sub, that move, sub, that move, you know, back and forth all day. The good news is, with 46 of them on the board, you're always going to blow it up, right? You're not going to have some that you miss like I did there, because your entire board is always going to be full with the X breaks. So any 3 match and you're good. So yeah, that's it. That's it for Warrior. Not too complicated, not too hard. Otis would be the same thing except 3 moves. You hit the red move, or the purple move, the 3x2 to fill the reds. So it fills the X-Break move. Then you hit the blast move to get the Titan plate to go off. And then you hit the X-Break move to put 25 gems on the board, and then you swipe and blow it up. And that's mostly going to take most of your first turn with Otis. So yeah, that's it for this video. Good luck. I am gonna feel happy based on what's in the game if I clear 15s. I think it's gonna be the hardest boss ever, mainly because there's not a lot of high damage options, and the breakers or the boss abilities seem set up to not let you play after turn 1. I don't see a way that normal factions are going to be able to play after turn 1 at all. You're just going to sit there and beat your head against the shield and with frozen moves. Let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you find this helpful. Also keep in mind, by no means am I saying if you take Warrior to 6-star, you're going to wreck Faction Boss. That's not what I'm saying. The other guys, I'm not saying if you level them, you're going to be amazing. These are just the making lemonade when the game gives you lemons, right? All of it's subject to change too, so the information could end up being wrong. Maybe the boss won't have a lot of health. Maybe the moves won't work the way it said on Monday. I don't know. My guess is that Hall of Fame HBK is going to be ridiculous for it, and those that purchase HBK will certainly have a easier time. But again, that's only a guess. That might not even be accurate either. And it may be that no faction maxes this one. Eventually, it's going to happen. Maybe this is the one. So let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. If you found this helpful, please tell me, because I almost didn't make this video because I feel like this is a very hard boss, and I don't know how much difference this makes for factions and players out there. So let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. Good luck out there, guys.